Hey guys, Wayne here, and I'm a physical therapist. Today I want to talk about the different ways how you can pay back your student loans. So today we're going to talk about the different repayment plans that you can do to pay off your loans. Now, we can lump up the loans into a federal loan or a private loan. So when you graduate, you come out with a large amount of debt, right? So about 6 figures for me. And when you come out, you have a choice of either choosing a federal loan or a private loan. When that happens, you have different repayment plans. Okay, so the first repayment plan I want to go through is refinancing your whole federal loan, and that usually lowers the interest rate from, for me, about 6.1%, and then it drops down to maybe about 2 to 1%. Okay, with interest rates being that low, what can happen is you actually save thousands and thousands of dollars, but you also have to understand that you want to pay off this loan as fast as possible. Now, moving away from private loans, going to the federal loans. Now, with federal loans, the most basic plan to start with is standard repayment plan, and that's where you pay off your loans in 10 years with a fixed interest rate. Now, with the private loan, well, when you refinance, and with your federal loan with a standard repayment plan, what you want to do is actually pay it off with a snowball effect, which is very famous by Dave Ramsey. And so what you do is you start off with the smallest loan, you try paying that off while you want to still make minimum payments on the larger loans. Okay, now as you start paying off the loans, once you finish paying off the smaller loan, then you move on to the next one, then the next one, then the next one, and then at the very end, you'll have a snowball effect where you can start paying off the bigger loans. That way, it actually reduces the amount of interest and loans you have in total, where you can pay it off a lot faster. Now, the next one is a graduated repayment plan. What happens here is that you still have the 10 years to pay off your loans. However, in the very beginning, you start with a very, very small payment plan, and over the next 10 years, what will happen is every 2 to 4 years the payment will increase. This is very good for people who know that they have really great earning potential, and in the very beginning they can actually save their money, and then use that to invest or even try to pay off the loans, like the snowball effect, right? But the con to this is that at the very end, the last few years, you're going to be paying really, really high amounts per month. But like I said before, if you know you have really great earning potential, this might be for you as well. So the next two is when we can actually extend the length of the loan. So it's an extended repayment plan and an extended graduate plan. So these two are extended about 20 to 25 years depending on your loans. And just like how they sound, right? The first one is just the standardized one where it's extended to 20 to 25 years. The next one is a extended graduate plan where, just like the graduate repayment plan, right? It starts off very, very low and then slowly goes up over time. Now, the next payment plan I want to talk about is a public service loan forgiveness plan. Now, this is a plan where you work for a nonprofit or a government facility, or even AmeriCorps or Peace Corps for full time for 10 years. Okay, while you're on this, you're going to be on an income-driven repayment plan, which we'll talk about later. With this plan, though, articles that come out recently where only about 1% of the people that have applied for this plan have gotten their loans forgiven. The 99% have not. The only reason for this is because the 99% of other people either have gotten their applications lost or aren't following the application to a T. Okay, if you're going to do this, just understand that it's very, very strict, and if you miss one thing, right, it could ruin your whole plan. So if you know you want to work for a government facility, you want to work for the Peace Corps, you want to work for a nonprofit for 10 years, okay, then this is a really good plan for you. Now, here are the ones where it gets really, really interesting and really good for people like that have really high loans, like me as a physical therapist, maybe dentists or doctors, right? Even lawyers, or even if you just graduated undergrad from a private school where you have large amounts of loans. Now, these are income-driven repayment plans where they take your annual income pre-tax, and then they adjust it by the AGI, or adjusted gross income, and they also take into account how many kids you have, if you're married, right, total income from there, and they take that full amount and then they create a monthly payment plan for you over a period of time. So the first of these income-driven repayment plans is the pay-as-you-earn plan, and this is something that I'm using because I really like this, so I might be a little biased, but what it is a 20-year payment plan, and they take 10% of your total income and adjust it by the AGI, and then that is your payment per month. And the good thing is that at the very end, they whatever you have left at 20 years, they'll forgive that. However, that forgiven amount counts as income. So you have to be ready for a big payment at the end of 20 years. Now, there are different ways to pay this off, and I'll show you guys how to do this in a different video. Now, another thing that's really good about this plan is that if your payment is lower than the interest that accrues on this, what the government will do is that they'll pay the difference for the first 3 years, okay? And so the interest overall that you actually gain in 20 years is actually a lot less. So the next one is a revised pay-as-you-earn plan. Now this one is a little different than the first one. So what it does is it does take the 20 years, but if you have graduate loans like most of us do, it's gonna take 25 years to pay off this total loan, okay? And another different thing is that with the pay-as-you-earn, if you file separately, it won't take in your spouse's income. However, even if you file separately with the revised pay-as-you-earn, it'll still take your spouse's income into effect. So with this plan, if you have a lower income and you know if your spouse has a low income as well, right, this is something that's really good to be a part of, okay? Now, a really good thing about this plan is the fact that with the interest that you cannot pay off in your loan payment, what the government will do is that they'll still pay for the first 3 years. However, they'll also take 50% of the subsidized loans that over a period of time. So when you do this, right, your interest rate over that 20 or 25 year that you pay it off is actually a lot less than what you thought it was. Now you have to understand that with these plans, right, these two plans, you really want to make sure that every single year you file for them, okay? You have to keep a file, make sure you have a folder full of all the paperwork that you filed every single year, because people that have done the public service loan forgiveness one for 10 years have gone some hiccups. So we want to make sure that over the 20 years or 25 years that you're on these plans, right, you keep the paperwork, you have everything written down, right? And at the end of 20 years, you'll have it forgiven, we pay that giant tax, and then we're debt free. The next one is an income-based repayment plan. This is very similar to the first two, where it takes about 10 to 15% of your total discretionary income. Now this will take the same thing, about 20-25 years to pay off. However, this is a choice that you can have if you don't qualify for the pay-as-you-earn or the revised pay-as-you-earn plan. It's very easy to qualify for, probably everyone will get this, but this is another plan. It's not as popular, the first two are, but this is also another option. Now the last one of these income-driven repayment plans is the income contingent plan. Now these are for parents who have taken loans for their children that have gone to school. And what this does, it's a 25-year plan. It takes about 20% of your income, and it also uses the AGI to adjust for the monthly payments. Now, there's another way to do this where they take about they'll make the payment into 12 years, whichever one is less. If 12 years is less or the 25 years is less, that's one they'll take. All right, guys, so those are the different repayment plans that you can go through for your student loans. You can go through the federal way, or you can go through a private lender, okay? So I just wanted to educate you guys before you either graduate from college or grad school or even med school, right? I want to make sure that everyone knows what's going on and how they can tackle their giant student loan debt. All right. So if you guys like what you guys saw today, please drop a like and comment below, and please subscribe. All right. Peace out.